All right, people. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm your host, Raheem the Butcher, and got my co-host,
Bubba the Bone Crusher.
Now, we got shocking information that P Diddy had something to do with Tupac and Biggie's death. Now, it said, it is alleged that Diddy paid gang member $1 million to kill Tupac and Suge Knight. In return, Suge Knight paid Blood gang member $13,000 to kill Biggie. It is alleged that Faith Evans knew that Diddy planned to kill Tupac. Biggie did not know. It is alleged Diddy paid $1 million to LAPD to cover up the murder. LAPD detective claimed that the two gang members responsible for killing Tupac and Biggie is both dead. Now let's play a little bit and see what we got to talk about.
That a payment went, from Puffy's camp, and it was supposed to go to Keefe D and the Southside guys. After Tupac got, Puffy allegedly gave the money.
I heard
to Zip.
Yes.
And Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefe and them.
Yes.
Hands on top of your head right now.
According to the warrant, police seized multiple items, including computers, storage devices, notes, photos, and other documentation detailing Keefe D's involvement with the Southside Compton Crips.
It might have happened almost 3 decades ago, but the murder of Tupac is one of the few mysteries that have remained unsolved for the longest time. But now those days are finally over. At least that's what people started saying when new evidence came up in the case. See, besides the fact that law enforcement might have just landed a major touchdown in this long-standing battle, there is also the fact that the person everyone had already been suspecting just came up in the investigation, and it's none other than Diddy. It seems the streets...
Oh, here he comes. Look out, boys, he'll chew you up. Oh, here he comes. He's the man eater.
Well, allegedly, Puff Daddy about to get his man eaten up when he go to prison.
Everybody gonna love it in there. He ain't gonna love it to be locked up, but...
Oh, he gonna love the little dolphin teeth, curly head dolphin teeth Diddy.
This man is something, man. That all these years, they been on what this was.
They been know what it was. They just needed concrete evidence. And it's evidently, it seems Kim Porter was going to come out with a tell-all book, then allegedly she just end up dead right before the book even came out. And it's also alleged the previous coroner that did a report on Kim Porter, he found some toxins in her body, and guess what? The coroner ended up dead and they got another coroner.
Boy, that's some shady stuff right there.
Yeah, the coroner was only, I believe he was 49 or 55 years old. Now let's play some more of this. Dolphin Teeth P Diddy. Take that, bad boy.
Might have been right about Diddy all along, but the police might have just confirmed that the former music executive didn't work alone. So who else might have had a hand in Pac's murder, and how does Diddy even fit into this? We're diving into it, so stay tuned.
You said the shots came from the back. Who shot Tupac?
I keep it from the cold of the streets. It just came from the back seat.
The fact that almost 30 years after it happened, the murder of rapper Tupac still remains a top priority of law enforcement officials tells you just how complicated that web of events is. Well, it seems the day of reckoning is finally here because some details just got out about the case that proves what everyone has been thinking over the years. And it's that Diddy more than likely had something to do with Tupac's murder. But the problem that's been on the table is that there wasn't real...
Bring the spirit home.
We'll talk about more after this commercial break.
From Airway.
Now, P Diddy is the dirtiest little ninja.
If it's Hillshire Farm.
But no one can say. Let's listen to this commercial.
really any
All
evidence.
right, we're back.
Which in turn made it difficult to point fingers.
Law enforcement is charged with the duty of making sure that they get and arrest everyone that's connected with a crime. So if there is an accomplice that helped commit this murder, they still are looking for that person.
Those days are over, as recent updates in the news have just revealed a breakthrough in the case, and somehow Diddy's name has come up directly in connection to the investigation update. According to headlines, police served a search warrant in Henderson, Nevada on Monday. As part of the ongoing homicide investigation, Las Vegas police said the search warrant was issued for Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keefe D, or Keefe D, who has said he is one of 2 living eyewitnesses to the shooting. LVMPD can confirm a search warrant was served in Henderson, Nevada on July 17, 2023, as part of the ongoing Tupac Shakur homicide investigation, Las Vegas police said in a statement. We will have no further comment at this time.
Well, this is the biggest development in the Tupac murder case since this all happened, since the murder happened. They never served a search warrant and, showed up at someone's house with the SWAT team.
Reports claim the Las Vegas homicide detectives and prosecutors determined by Monday night they had enough information to proceed with a court-authorized search. An official briefed on the investigation told reporters. The search was conducted at about 10 p.m. local time, with Las Vegas Metro PD SWAT on hand. And among the items sought by investigators were computers, laptops, and articles about Tupac and his death. The evidence in the case...
It looks like the police is getting all the evidence. Also, let's not forget when Jamie Foxx made a mention about P Diddy's homosexual parties. He ended up in the hospital.
You can get him anywhere, no matter where you at.
I guess P Diddy was right when he said he's bad boy for life.
He said 10 years from now, when we still, when you call something on the yacht, we still be on top.
Whole Diddy, something else. Seemed like every time somebody ready out Diddy, something happened to somebody.
I mean, baby mama,
the
coroner.
Alleged that Heavy D worked with P Diddy too, man. How Heavy D ended up dying at a young age. So evidently, Heavy D knew something himself.
Anybody that's connected to Diddy, that is dead. Craig Mack, Black Rob. G Dep, he just ain't safe because he's in prison.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons G Dep decided to go to prison, tell on himself for his crime, so we won't have to answer to nothing. Now let's play more of this clip.
Case was reported at the time to have been presented to a Las Vegas grand jury. Currently, no charges have been filed. The investigation, however, is expected to continue for weeks to months. Investigators have long believed the gunman is likely already dead, the victim of a separate shooting 2 years after the Vegas drive-by. The current investigation could lead to a determination of who was in the car with the gunman when the rounds were fired that killed Tupac. That, according to the investigative team, could lead to someone being charged as an accomplice. But the official cautions that charging decisions have not been made yet.
What we find is that when a search warrant is executed, it's because law enforcement has significant information that they believe can lead to either an indictment or an arrest in a cold case.
This is where Diddy comes in, because the person whose house was raided, Keffy D, happened to be a guy that used to hang around with Diddy back in the day. That's not all. He was also reported to have been the rapper's bodyguard at one point. The thing is, this whole story about Tupac's murder was actually brought back into the limelight by this same person.
Did you actually see a gun?
Oh, shit. Once you got the region, I got the gun.
So, someone from your car started shooting at Tupac and Shook.
That's right. The Tupac probe, after going unsolved for more than 20 years, gained new momentum in 2018, the official told news. Detectives re-engaged in the case after Netflix aired Unsolved, the Tupac and Biggie Murders in 2018, and the book Compton Street Legend by Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keffy D, who has said he is one of 2 living eyewitnesses to the shooting, came out in 2019. In the same year, Greg Kading, a retired Los Angeles police detective, alleged to CBS News Los Angeles that Shakur's murder had already been solved after Davis, also known as Keffy D, confessed to his involvement in the killing of Shakur while being questioned in connection with the murder of Biggie Smalls.
Key figures in the murders of Biggie and Tupac are, of course, their labels, headed by Sean Combs, which is Bad Boy, Biggie's label, and Suge Knight.
Now, isn't it a little convenient that someone that used to be in Diddy's employ just happened to be caught up in 2 deaths that have already been tied to the rapper over the years? I'm no detective, but that seems pretty unlikely. But what makes it even clearer that Diddy is involved in all of this is that a detective actually confirmed on record that the rapper had his hands in Tupac's passing. The music mogul former...
This is my comeback.
More after this commercial break.
Global.edu.
Need prescription eyewear fast? iBuyDirect ships hundreds of frames with 2-day delivery. iBuyDirect.com.
Formerly known as Puff Daddy, offered Keffy D. Davis, who is a Crips member, $1 million to whack Shakur and his manager Suge Knight. Former LAPD detective Greg Kading alleges in a documentary based on his 2011 book, Murder Rap. The story is pure fiction and completely ridiculous, he said. But Kading, who led an LAPD...
And for the record, his name is Suge Knight, not Shoes Knight, as the reporter said. Now, seems like P Diddy, Puffy, what you want to call him, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him. Now this is a dirty ninja. He'd do anything to cover his secrets.
But you know, they went at Keefe D. So Keefe D started talking.
Yeah, Keefe D started talking.
But isn't it amazing that both of the guys, the gang members, are dead now?
Yo, so when nobody is dead, you can't tell on nobody.
A dead man don't tell tales.
But the mistake they made was keeping everything on computer and storage devices.
How stupid can you be?
Yep.
I mean, they need a souvenir?
I guess so, but if you're gonna do crimes like that, it's best to burn up everything and get rid of evidence.
Well, now, nobody said he was smart. He's a killer, but he's not smart. Nobody said he was smart.
Well, yeah.
Well, like I said, the entertainment business is a dirty business.
Yes, it is.
See, evidently, Biggie, after his 3 album deal, he was getting ready to leave Puffy. So, Puffy couldn't have that happen.
I mean, do you blame him? That was his moneymaker.
But it's alleged that Suge Knight had Biggie killed.
Yes.
In retaliation for what Puffy did to Tupac and himself.
That's alleged, but who knows the true story?
But with these new information that's coming out.
Yeah, so let's play some more of this clip, see what we got to talk about.
Task force investigating the shooting deaths of Shakur and Brooklyn rapper Biggie Smalls wrangled a confession out of Keefe D after the Crips member feared facing charges for a different crime.
Keefe D's nephew is Orlando Anderson. He's the individual that got into a fight with Tupac Shakur the night that Tupac was shot.
Talking about his interaction with Diddy's alleged former bodyguard, the detective said, "What really convinced us it was true was all the corroboration," he said. He told us things that he couldn't have known unless he was actually a participant in the murder. For example, Keefe D knew there was a secondary shooting that night that investigators kept a secret, he said. There was an engagement with one of the members of Tupac's entourage. That was very critical and placed him at the scene of the crime with investigative information not previously made public, Kading said. This is interesting because Keefe D was allegedly completely loyal to Diddy at this point. So tell me how he wasn't acting on the rapper's interests. But even besides that, there have also been a lot of headlines about how Keefe D might actually be blackmailing Diddy into helping him. After all, he's already revealed that Diddy pretty much paid for everything.
Do you feel like Puffy owe you?
Yeah, he should. I think he should look out. He look out for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Starting to see how it's almost impossible for Diddy to have not had a hand in this whole thing? Well, hang in there because there's a lot more. Later, the detective also turned the spotlight to how well Diddy fit into the entire situation. He was in a precarious situation where Suge Knight was actively hunting him down. Suge held him responsible for the 1995 death of a friend in Atlanta. So there was this sense of desperation that Combs was working from, Kading claimed. He said after Shakur's death, a vengeful Knight shelled out $13,000 to his own hitman, Bloods member Wardell Poochie Faust, to kill Smalls, a close friend of Diddy's, as retaliation. The dilemma here is that the only way Diddy could have known Suge would come after him is if he found out the truth in one of the cracks on the wall. Tells you that if someone with as much street power and resources as Suge Knight was convinced Diddy was responsible for the killing of his artist, and Diddy in turn was scared for his life, then the rapper's hands are probably not as clean as most people have thought all this time. However, while many believe Suge might have been responsible for Diddy's artist getting shot soon after, the streets are saying that Diddy also had his hand in that pie. See, what makes it clear Suge wasn't involved in Biggie getting killed is that the death row executive had an airtight alibi. Diddy, on the other hand, had a different reality. Uncle Ron, another ex-bodyguard of Diddy's, literally confessed that Diddy paid him to take out Biggie. The bodyguard took to social media to expose Diddy for having paid him $30,000 to take out Biggie Small. At first, we all thought he was just a disgruntled former employee looking to make a quick buck. But it turns out there might have been more to it because another one of Diddy's former bodyguards confirmed foul play in the events that led up to Biggie's death. Diddy's former bodyguard, Eugene Gene Deal, has claimed that...
See, this is the problem right here. These bodyguards, you pay to protect these celebrities. You paying good dollars The bodyguards can't keep their mouth closed.
See, but the bodyguards are working for P Diddy.
That's true, but.
Well, see, if you're going to be underhanded and dirty, you can't bring a lot of people into it. Because somebody got to talk.
Somewhere P Diddy in the talk, it got to them.
Yeah, so evidently, Keefe D turned state witness. That's why he.
And all of a sudden he ended up dead.
No, Keefe D's still alive.
I heard he was dead.
Oh, you heard he was dead? Well, who knows what's going on?
I don't know.
Well, evidently Keefe D turned state witness so he can get his charges dropped. They had charges on him.
Oh, well, Keefe D's nephew.
Yeah, his nephew.
His nephew's the one that did.
So what role did Keefe D's nephew really played in this?
Well, Keefe D was supposed to shoot him, but he pulled up on the wrong side of the car. He pulled up on Suge Knight's side, and his nephew was over on Tupac's side, so the nephew shot him.
Is that right? So now all of a sudden his nephew doesn't end up dead. So ain't that amazing?
It's amazing.
And it took almost 27 years?
28, then.
28 years for them to solve this case. With all the police resources, you could have got the FBI done this.
Police was involved. Somebody got paid off.
Because the people that was with Suge Knight, they were off-duty police officers.
Mm-hmm.
And they was doing a job for Suge Knight. Supposed to be protecting Tupac.
And with all this going on, where was the FBI? That's inside the country, so they got jurisdiction.
Hey, when you start sweeping things underneath the rug and destroying evidence.
Yeah.
Let's play some more.
The notorious Big wasn't killed in a drive-by shooting, and that his killer was instead waiting for him all night. The Juicy rapper, real name Christopher Wallace, was shot and killed in the early hours of March 9th, 1997, in Los Angeles, California. Wasn't no drive-by, the car was standing there at the corner, he said. The stories they tell is not truthful. And now people are sitting here believing. Deal added,
wasn't no drive-by. Car was standing there at the corner. We talk about this shit all the time, bruh.
Every Biggie movie that you see, they say it's a drive-by. When the witness tells you the car was stood right there at the corner, the car was probably there all night. This, coupled with the fact that Diddy's car, which was right in front of Biggie's when disaster struck, escaped unscathed while Biggie got sprayed with a barrage of bullets, makes a strong case for Diddy being involved in Biggie's death. Does it really seem far-fetched that he had Uncle Ron put a car in their path to carry out the hit? And if he did that, who's to say he didn't start this whole thing by killing Tupac in the beginning? While some still have doubts about Diddy's involvement, others are beyond convinced it goes even much deeper than just Diddy. One user wrote, "We live in racist country. Keefe D said in 2012 Diddy offered him $1 million to kill Tupac. Puff makes an announcement he is starting the next Black Wall C, and the Gov raids Keefe D home the day after Puffy announced."
Okay, how someone gonna pay you $1 million and you can't even do the job right?
Well, they got Tupac. That was the main thing.
Well, the guy was supposed to really done it.
But they was all riding together anyway.
Yeah.
See, I think the dirt was they gonna get Keefe D to do it. Then they was gonna tell on Keefe D, but he messed up, pull up on the wrong side.
No telling. When you play that game, sometimes the game plays you.
That's also very true.
And you know, they said Biggie's mom took out a $500 million lawsuit against LAPD.
Yeah, I've seen that, but evidently that eventually got dismissed.
Yeah, of course it was gonna get dismissed.
It got thrown out by the judge, so evidently.
Of course it was.
The judge knows something. Everybody's connected in this case. Why would the judge not allow that case to continue?
Because everybody got their finger in the pie.
Because she was suing LAPD.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to come together and make some type of quick scheme to throw it out.
Well, they had to do something because everybody knows, allegedly, LAPD are some crooked cops.
Yeah, I mean, they have a gang unit, but then it's in its division.
See, the problem is the gang unit is the gang.
That's right.
She's right on there.
Well, just like I said, the movie really made what's that, Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
He was a crooked cop.
Yeah.
Training Day.
Training Day. Evidently, they're based on a true LA story, a cop.
It is true.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised. If the truth was told, you would be surprised.
Yeah. Well, the truth was told on that. About the Hispanic guy was the real Alonzo.
Rafael Perez.
Yeah, Rafael Perez.
They just used him as a scapegoat.
I'm surprised they didn't kill him.
Well, he ain't said nothing.
Well, they didn't told him to either threaten him or paid him to keep his mouth closed.
He's already done his time.
And somebody flipped on him. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to open his mouth saying nothing because he knows he won't live for long. If he start naming names, he won't be around. They find him hanging in his cell one day.
Well, he's out. He been done his time.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah, he's out.
Like he's not going to say nothing because he got to live.
Yeah.
He want to live.
So let's play some more what Dirty, Corrupt, Diddy, and the LAPD got going on.
And 11 years after Keith D initially made the claim, this shadow gov needs to be stopped. Maybe this is when the mogul finally slips up, but we'll see. That's it for today. Goodbye.
Well, there it is. So, like I said, now you know how dirty P Diddy really is. Well, too bad we don't have time for more. We'll talk about his little gay party and people he turning out.
Well, I think I've heard rumors that some big record producer or something turned Diddy out.
Yeah, allegedly Clyde Davis turned P Diddy out.
Mm-hmm.
So P Diddy got a whole dirty laundry list.
Yeah, so Diddy returned the favor. He's having sex with every man that will let him. That's why I said, watch out, boy. He'll chew you up.
He'll chew you up and tear you up on the inside.
He's a man eater.
All right, this is your host, Rakeem the Butcher.
And this is your co-host, Bubba the Bone Crusher.
And stay tuned next time. We might be talking more about P Diddy and his gay parties. And P Diddy just been grinding them up. Until next time.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Whether you agree or disagree, leave a comment. We out.